friends, good evening. Today we are going to discuss JAM previous questions from the modern physics part 2. Part 1 we have already discussed. So let us start with the first question. The wave function of a quantum mechanical particle is given by psi of x is equal to 3 by 5 psi 1 of x plus 4 by 5 psi 2 of x, where psi 1 of x and psi 2 of x are the eigenfunctions corresponding to energy eigenvalues -1 electron volt and -2 electron volt respectively. The energy of the particle in the state psi is, it is the first question. Okay, so here we already know the expectation of energy, right? The energy of the particle in this particular state, that is equal to the probability of this state, that means P1 into energy in that state plus P2 E2, right? Probability of in this particular state psi 2 of x into energy in that particular state. So this is the net energy, right? The energy of particle in this particular state. What is probability? Probability is equal to the coefficient square, right? That is 9 by 25 into energy is given, that is -1 electron volt, right? Plus 4 by 5, its coefficient square, that is 16 by 25 into E2, that is -2 electron volt. All right. Now when you solve this, you can take 25, 32 plus 9, that is 41. So -41 by 25 electron volt, right? So which one is the option? Option A is correct. Now let us come to another question. A classical particle has total energy capital E and the plot of the potential energy U as a function of distance R from the center of the force located at R is equal to 0 is shown in the figure. Which of the region are forbidden for the particle? So we considered a classical particle, right? In classical mechanics, what we have studied, for a classical mechanics, if the energy less than the potential energy, right, then such regions are not allowed. Such regions are not allowed. See, suppose the region 1 and region 3, here the potential energy that is greater than this total energy level, that is capital E, right? So region 1 and 3, that is not allowed for a classical particle, right? All right. So region 1 and 3, that is forbidden, right? Because there the potential is high, so the particle cannot overcome this potential barrier. So 1 and 3. So which one is the option? Option D is correct, right? All right. Now let us come to another question. The question is a linear operator OCAP acts on two orthonormal states of system psi 1 and psi 2 as per the following equation. This operator works on psi 1, you will get psi 2. This operator works on psi 2, you will get 1 by root 2 psi 1 plus psi 2. The system is in the superposed state defined by psi is equal to 1 by root 2 psi 1 plus I by root 2 psi 2. The expectation value of OCAP in the state psi is, so in the state psi, what is the expectation value? So we need to solve psi OCAP psi. So this is the expectation value, right? Now this is a normalized wave function, right? Because its coefficient squares, that is 1 by root 2 whole square plus 1 by root 2 whole square, that will be equal to 1, right? So it is normalized. So as it is a normalized wave function, we need not require this term, otherwise this will be the expectation value, right? All right, so we need to solve this. Now psi OCAP psi. Now this OCAP work on this psi. So we can write this bra notation of this, that is 1 by root 2 psi 1, right? And bra notation of this, that is minus I by root 2 psi 2. Okay, so this part is over. Now this entire bra state, that is works on this operator OCAP, and the ket corresponding to this, right, that is equal to 1 by root 2 1 by root 2 psi 1 plus I by root 2 psi 2. All right, so this will be the. Now let me operate this OCAP on this state psi 1 and this state psi 2. So let me write this as 1 by root 2 minus I by root 2 psi 2. All right, this OCAP works on psi 1, that is OCAP work on psi 1, that is psi 2. So let me write this as psi 2. All right, so 1 by root 2 into psi 2, that is 1 by root 2 into psi 2. All right, and this OCAP works on this psi 2, that is equal to, let me take this I by root 2 out. Okay, now this OCAP works on this psi 2, we have this relation, that is 1 by root 2 into psi 1 plus psi 2, right, that is psi 1 plus psi 2 plus psi 2. All right, now we can simplify this, right? So that is we can take psi 1 out from this, so psi 1 into 1 by root 2 minus I by root 2 psi 2. All right, this if I take psi 1, the state psi 1, here state psi 2 is common, right? So let me take this psi 1 first, that is I by root 2, that is I by 2. Let me write this as I by 2, I by 2 state psi 1, okay, plus now here we have psi 2 common, right? If I take psi 2 common, so what is inside the bracket? 1 by root 2 plus I by 2, 1 by root 2 plus I by 2 into psi 2. All right, now these are the orthonormal states, right? Okay, so we can find out this into this, that is psi 1 psi 1, that is equal to 1, using the result orthonormal eigenstate, this psi 1 psi 1, that is equal to 1, right? Psi 1 psi 2, that is equal to 0, right? Similarly psi 2 psi 2, that is equal to 1, all right, over psi 2 psi 1, this also equal to 0. Okay, now psi 1 psi 1, so what is psi 1 psi 1 is 1, so that is 1 by root 2 into I by root 2, that is I by 2 root 2, right? I by 2 root 2, and here this into this, that is minus I by root 2 into 1 by root 2 plus I by 2. All right, so this is the net result. This you can simplify into 1 by 2 root 2. So if you take this 1 by 2 root 2 out, you may take 1 by 2 root 2 common denominator, then you can write this as 1 minus, right, I into root 2 minus 1. All right, so this will be the final result. Okay, so the option is option D is correct, right? Option D is correct. Now let us come to another question. The question is, electrons of energy E coming from x is equal to minus infinity impinge upon a potential barrier of width 2a and height v0 centered at the origin with v0 greater than E, as shown in the figure below. Let k is equal to root 2m v0 minus e by h cross in the region minus a less than or equal to x less than or equal to a, the electron is a linear combination of, right? So here in this region, the potential is V0, right? Here the potential height is V0. So in this region, we need to find the wave function. Okay. So we can use the Schrodinger wave equation minus 2m by h cross square dou square psi by dou x square, right? It is a one-dimensional potential plus or potential in this region minus a to a. We are speaking about this interval minus a less than x less than a. So in this region, the wave function is psi. Suppose the wave function here it is psi dou square psi by dou x square. Here the potential is v0. So v0 psi equal to e psi, right? E psi. Now let me write this as dou square psi by dou x square minus, sorry, here we have a minus h cross square by 2m, right? So minus 2m by h cross square, right? Minus 2m by h cross square v0 psi equal to minus 2m by h cross square e psi, right? So let me take this into this side. So we have to write this as minus of v0 minus e into, because v0 is greater, that is given in the question, right? If v0 is less than e, then we have to write e minus v0, then it will be positive. Okay, 2m by h cross square, alright, 2m by h cross square, that is equal to 0. Okay, now look into this. Here we have a psi. Now this is a general differential equation in the format dou square psi by dou x square. So this term that is given, that is k. So this I can take as k square psi. Okay, minus k square psi equal to 0, because if I remove the square root, I can write this as, this term I can write as k square psi. Now this is a familiar differential equation with auxiliary equation m square minus k square is equal to 0, that is m is equal to plus or minus k, right? So if m two different roots we have, what are the independent solution? Solutions are e raised to kx and e raised to minus kx, corresponding to plus k and minus k. We have two solution, right? This we have already studied in mathematical methods in physics. All right. So the option is e raised to kx and e raised to minus kx. Which one is the option? Option A is correct, right? All right. Now let us come to another question. A particle with the energy E is incident on a potential given by V of x is equal to 0 for x less than 0, V0 for x greater than or equal to 0. The wave function of the particle is E less than V0 in the region x greater than 0, right? All right. E less than V0 in the region x greater than 0 in terms of positive constant AB and K is. So this is a one-dimensional potential, because suppose I have a one-dimensional potential like this, right? So if I consider a one-dimensional potential like this, now look into this. Consider a one-dimensional potential like this, and this is the point where x is equal to 0, right? If x is less than 0, that means this region the potential is 0, and this region x is greater than 0, here the potential is v0. So this is the situation. Now look into this, a particle with energy E that hit here, right, with condition E less than v0. So E less than v0. So we need to solve the wave function psi2. Here the wave function is psi1. So we may write it as psi, because the wave function, suppose I am considering, that is psi here. then what is that wave function? Right, x greater than 0. The wave function of the particle in the region x greater than 0, that we need to find. All right. So what is the wave function here? Right. So the option is, so we can solve again the Schrodinger wave equation for this case. So again the Schrodinger wave equation is, that is minus, let me write this as minus h cross square by 2m dou square psi by dou x square plus here the wave function potential is v0 I, that is equal to E psi, right. Now let me write this as dou square psi by dou x square minus 2m by h cross square v0 psi equal to minus 2m by h cross square E psi. Now in this case E is less than v0, right. So that means v0 minus E, we have to write this as v0 minus E. So dou square psi by dou x square minus, let me take v0 minus E into 2m by h cross square, that I can take out, into psi, that is equal to 0. And this term I can take as k, right. This I am making a substitution, 2m by h cross square E minus v0, sorry, v0 minus e0, v0 minus e root, this is equal to k square. So let me write this equation as dou square psi by dou x square minus k square psi equal to 0. Now this is a familiar differential equation with auxiliary equation, m square minus k square is equal to 0, then m is equal to plus or minus k. So the solution is, you may write as some constant, right, a e raised to kx, a e raised to minus kx plus b e raised to kx, right. Now we have to apply the boundary condition, right, because here E less than V0. In E less than V0 condition, suppose I am considering a wave, here the energy is less. So after hitting this boundary, this will exponentially decay, right, exponentially decay, and the wave function that should be vanishes by traveling a short distance, right. So when I am giving x is equal to some large value, the wave function should be that should be equal to 0, because this will exponentially decay into 0, right. So as the x increases, the wave function that vanishes. So that's why this term we cannot take, because when x is very large, this term will dominate. That means wave function at a very large distance of x, we have a value for this wave function that is not acceptable. So b is equal to 0, right. So the possible solution is psi is equal to a e raised to minus kx. All right. So which one is the option? Option B is correct, right. Now let us come to another problem. A free particle of energy E collides with a one-dimensional square potential barrier of height V and width W. Which one of the following statements is or are correct? Right. So let us examine the different options given. So this is a multiple option correct questions, I think. So look into this first option. If E greater than V, transmission coefficient of the particle across the barrier will be always unity. So that is not correct, because suppose you have a boundary, right, and one particle hit here with a wave function psi, and E greater than V means suppose this V, that is E greater than V, right, this energy is higher than this potential barrier, right. So even though some part is reflected back and some part is transmitted, right. Okay, so we can't say this transmission coefficient is always be unity, right. So this some part is reflected, so we have a reflection coefficient. Some part is transmitted, so we have a transmission coefficient. So this R plus T will be that is equal to 1, reflection plus transmission coefficient, right? And the next option is for E less than V, transmission coefficient changes more rapidly with W than that of with V. That is very that is good, right? That is true. Why? Because see, if this E less than V condition, if I consider E less than V, there is a sudden decrease because energy is very less. So the particle cannot execute oscillation through this barrier. So there is a sudden decrease in this amplitude of the wave function, right? So that means it will changes more rapidly with this width, right? Width of this potential barrier. Okay, it cannot travel more width because here the E less than V condition we are considering. So option B is that is true. And for E less than V, if V is doubled, transmission coefficient will be also doubled. In E less than V condition, the wave is not at all transmitted. A small part only transmitted. So if the potential increases again, then again the transmission decreases. It is not going to double, right? So this also incorrect. This also incorrect. Sum of reflection coefficient and transmission coefficient always 1. That also true. I already told you R plus T is equal to 1. Okay, so option B and D is correct. All right. Now let us come to another question. Consider the motion of a quantum particle of mass m and energy E under the influence of a step potential of height V0. If R denotes the reflection coefficient, which one of the following statement is true? Right. So let us verify different options. All right. So the first option is E is equal to 4 by 3 V0. Right. So what does it mean? 4 by 3 V0 means E is equal to 4 by 3 V0. That means E is greater than V0. Right. E is greater than V0. 4 by 3 is greater than 1. Okay. So E is equal to 4 by 3 V0 means E is greater than V0. Right. So E is greater than V0 means only a short part is reflected. Right. Because energy is high. The hitting particle has the energy that is greater than this boundary height. Right. So most of the waves that will be transmitted. So reflection coefficient never be unity. Right. We can say some reflected part, some transmitted part. We can say R plus T is equal to 1. Right. So this is incorrect. And again E is equal to 4 by 3 V0. That also the condition E greater than V0. There is reflection coefficient is 0. Not at all. Some part is some minute part that may be reflected. So reflection coefficient is 0. That is not true. Some part is there. Reflection, some part R plus T is equal to 1. The lesser part of some lesser part of the wave that may be reflected, right, and some part that may be transmitted. Okay, transmission coefficient that will be more because E greater than V0. Now considering other thing, consider other option. E is equal to half V0, right? E is equal to half V0 means in that case E is equal to half V0 means again this V0 is less. E greater than V0 condition, right? E greater than V0 condition, right? But E is greater than V0 that we have analyzed. But here some only with energy that is very greater because half width only. Suppose this is the width. Okay, it has the width of V0 by 2 only. So energy is very high, right? Energy is very high. Sorry, energy is, I'm sorry, this is E less than V0 condition because here the situation is different. E is less than V0 because E is equal to V0 by 2. Okay, so our energy level, this half of this V0 only we have the energy. That means the complete wave that is reflected, it cannot proceed to this transmitted region, right? Because here the energy is very less, because half of the width only, half of the potential barrier height only, that is equal to energy that is given. So all the waves that completely reflected back. So this option is true. In this case, this option is true. And this is incorrect because we have already got R is equal to 1. So here it is given that R is equal to 0.5. So this also incorrect. So all these options are incorrect. Option C is correct. Right. Now let us come to another question. A particle is confined in a one-dimensional box with impenetrable walls at x is equal to plus or minus a. Its energy eigenvalue is 2 electron volt and a corresponding eigenfunction is shown below. Right. The lowest possible energy of the particle is. So as per the question, in this particular state, the energy is 2 electron volt. Now, what is this particular state? It is first state, second state. It is second state, right? Look into this diagram. This is the, if I consider a one-dimensional box, this is the first state, right? And this is the second state, right? So second state, this is n is equal to 1 condition. This is n is equal to 2 condition. We have already the relation. This is E1 and here the energy E2. And what is the relation? We have general expression for En is equal to n square E0 that we have studied, right? So E2 is equal to 2 square E0, right? E0 is the lowest energy. This is the lowest energy level. We need to find the lowest energy, right? The second state, what is the energy? 2 electron volt that is given. So 2 electron volt is equal to 2 square E0. So what is E0? E0 is equal to 2 by 4 electron volt, that is equal to 1 by 2, that is 0.5 electron volt. Okay, so option D is correct. All right. Now let us come to another question. The question is, 3 identical non-interacting particles, each of spin 1 by 2 and mass m, are moving in a one-dimensional infinite potential well giving by, right, V of x is equal to 0 to infinity. 0 if 0 less than x less than a, and infinity for x less than or equal to 0 and x greater than or equal to a. So the verb function, this potential is 0 in this width only. The energy of the lowest energy state of the system is. So as per the question, it is given that 3 identical non-interacting particles. So first of all, we can arrange this particle. See, according to statistical mechanics, right, we can have only 2 particles. So spin 1 by 2 and spin up and spin down. 2 particles only we can accommodate in a state, because no 2 particles have the same set of all quantum numbers, right? That we have already studied. So here it is spin up and here it is spin down. Now we have no option. The third particle is either spin up or spin down. So this is not possible because 2 states identical, right? 2 identical states are not possible during the allocation of particles, right? That we have already studied, right? So 2 particles we can accommodate in this particular state, and the third particle that will accommodate in the next energy level. So in the ground state we can have 2 particles, and in the next energy level we have 1 particles. So this is E1 and here it is E2. What is E1 and E2? E1 is equal to En is equal to n square E0, right? So E1 is equal to E0, right? And E2 is equal to 2 square E0, alright? That means 2 square E0, that means 4 E0, right? 4 E0, right? So our energy will be equal to, so we have this N is equal to 1, that is the first energy state. Okay, that is the, so here the energy state is E0, that is the ground state energy. And here it is again it is, so for a particle in a box we have E1, E2, E3. Okay, so n square E1. Okay, En is equal to n square E1. Okay, all right. So E1 is equal to, that is E1. Okay, E2 is equal to, that is 4E1. Right. So what is the net energy? But here you have to count the number of particle also. For one spin particle we have this E1. So for two spin, we have two particle here, each is having the same energy. So we have two E1 here, right? E1 for this particle and E1 for this particle. So we have two E1 plus. And here we have a 4 E1. That is, this 4 is due to this n square E1. Okay, so 4 E1. So what is the net amount of energy? That is 6 E1. That is 6 into what is E1? En is equal to n square pi square h cross square divided by 2ma square. This equation we have already derived and discussed in theory. So E1 is equal to, here 1. So pi square h cross square, pi square h cross square divided by 2ma square. So this will be 3. So 3 pi square h cross square divided by ma square. So which one is the option? Option C is correct, right? All right. Now let us come to another question. A free particle of mass m is confined to a region of length capital L. The de Broglie wave associated with the particle is sinusoidal in nature as given in the figure. The energy of the particle is, right? So it is given that the free particle that is confined in a region of length L, right? So within a region, this is the first mode and this is the second mode and this is the third mode. So the diagram given is, so all that is executing in a particular length L. Okay, see the given diagram corresponding to the third mode. So we can directly write this E3. So here energy is E3. E3 is equal to n square E1. En is equal to n square E1. E1 is the ground state energy. That means n square is E3 is 3 square E1. That is 9 E1. What is 9 E1? E1 is equal to pi square h cross square divided by 2ma square. Right. So you can directly write, there is no option is given. So you can directly write this answer. Right. Sometime the answer, if option will give, sometime they will convert this h cross into h by 2 pi the whole square. So you may write in terms of Planck's constant h also this answer, right? So you may check the option and you have to mark the right option, right, in terms of h or h cross. All right. Now let us come to another question. 4 particles of mass m each are inside the two-dimensional square box of side L. If each state obtained from the solution of a Schrodinger equation is occupied by only one particle, the minimum energy of the system in units of h square by ml square is, right? So as per the question, this energy, right, for a, this is a two-dimensional box. So we have studied the energy eigenvalue En is equal to, so two-dimensional we can represent nx ny, right? Quantum numbers are nx and ny. So pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square, right? Box of side length L. So 2 ml square into nx square plus ny square. Now look into this. What is the ground state energy? when Nx is equal to 1, minimum energy Ny is equal to 1. This is the first possible state. And the second particle, so it is given that only one particle can stay, right, in a two-dimensional box. Only one particle can stay in one state. That is given in the question, right? So for particle m each inside the two-dimensional square box of Seidel, if each state obtained from the solution of a Schrodinger equation is occupied by only one particle, so the next particle that cannot accept this state, right, then which one is the next minimum energy state? That is Nx is equal to 1, Nx is equal to 2, or we can take in the reverse order also. Nx is equal to 2 and Ny is equal to 1. This is also a possible energy level, but a different state, right? Different energy state. So next possible, now the second possible, second and third we have filled in. Next possible energy level is 2, 2, right? Now here the energy level 1 square plus 1 square, that is 2, right? So here 2, and here 1 square plus 2 square, that is 2 square 4, 1 square 1, so 5. Here 2 square plus 1 square, that is again 5. Here 2 square plus 2 square, that is 4 plus 4, that is 8. So the total energy will be E total is equal to pi square h cross square by 2 ml square, that is common. And for the first particle this value is 2, and second particle this value is 5. Again for the third particle it is 5, and fourth particle it will be 8. That means pi square by 2 ml square. So we need to get the answer in h square by ml square. So h cross I can write as h square divided by 4 pi square. Substitute h cross is equal to h by 2 pi, right, into 10, 18, 20, right? All right. Now 2 4 8 20 we can cancel with 4, right? So here we have 5, and here we have, so we can write this answer as pi square and pi square we can cancel. So what is remaining? 5 by 2 into h square divided by ml square. So in the unit of h square by ml square, the answer is 5 by 2. So which one is the option? Option B is correct, right? All right. Now let us come to another question. A particle of mass m is in a one-dimensional potential V of x, that is 0 if 0 less than x less than L, and infinity otherwise. Okay, so potential is 0 and infinity otherwise. At some instant its wave function is given by psi of x is equal to 1 by root 3 psi 1 of x plus I into root 2 by 3 psi 2 of x, where psi 1 x and psi 2 of x are the ground and first excited state respectively. Identify the correct statement. Okay, so this you can directly say the answer, because we have already studied this energy, that is probability. First of all you have to check the wave function is normalized or not. If you take this square, 1 by root 3 square is 1 by 3, root 2 by 3 square is 2 by 3, so that is equal to 1. So this is a normalized wave function. So what is this energy? Energy is equal to this is ground state and first excited state, right? So energy is equal to, that is equal to P1 E1 plus P2 E2. What is P1? P1 is equal to probability, that is 1 by root 3 whole square, that is 1 by 3 into the ground state energy of a particle in a box, that is pi square h cross. The general expression for En is equal to n square pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square, as the width is L. So E1 is equal to, I can write n is n 1 square, that is pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square, and here that is 2 by 3 into, okay, root 2 by 3 whole square, that is 2 by 3 into, what is E2? 2 square, that is 4 pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square. Now we can take this 6 ml square common denominator, here pi square h cross square, 9 pi square h cross square, that is 3 by 2, right? 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 pi square h cross square divided by ml square. So only option giving that is this energy, right? Now we may calculate this expectation of x also, right? This expectation of x, how can we solve expectation of x? We have already studied, right? In this particular question we need not do that because only option satisfying this energy, that is option A. For the time being we can do this also, right? So how can we solve this expectation of x? What is the verb function of a box? So psi1 and psi2, we have to identify psi1 and psi2. Psi1 is equal to, we have already studied the equation for verb function, that is root 2 by L sin n pi x by L, that is pi x by L for psi1, and psi2 is equal to root 2 by L sin, right, sin 2 pi x by L, right? You may use general expression for that is 2 by L sin n pi x by L, particle in a box. This is the normalized verb function, right? Once I get this psi1 and psi2, what is the expectation value? So integral expression I can write, or you may write the net expectation of x is equal to, right, psi1 x psi1 plus psi2 x psi2. Okay, so this I can write as in integral format, integral 0 to L x psi1 square, that is 2 by L into sin square pi x by L, right? Sin square pi x by L, right? What is psi1? So we have to take this psi, right? Psi, okay, psi is 1 by root 3 psi1 of psi1 of x. This is psi1, right? And this is psi1, and this is psi2, and this is psi2. So we have to do not like this. We have to write in this way. I have to write this in this way. We have to consider this probability also. So we need to solve expectation of x. This is a mixed verb function, right? Psi x psi. All right. So we have to take the notation of this, right? So 1 by 3 into this probability psi star psi, right? 1 by 3 into this 0 to L, this verb function square, that is 2 by L into sin square, right? Sin square pi x by L, pi x by L, and corresponding to the second part we have this 2 by 3 into 0 to L sin square 3 pi x by 2 pi x by L, right? 2 by L, we have to square this, that is sin square 2 pi x by L. Okay, now you can integrate this. So 2 by L, right? 2 by L into, that we can take out, right? 2 by L into here 1 by 3 we have, and we have this sin square pi x by L, that's on integration 0 to L. We have studied a standard result. When you do that, what will be the result? You will get 1 by 2, right? All right. And here we have 2 by 3, and again we have 2 by L here, right? And again when you integrate this sin square 2 pi x by L, again you will get 1 by 2. All right. So which one is the option? Sorry, we have studied the entire part results, right? I'm sorry. So this 2 by L is not here. Okay, so this will be L by 2. This will be L by 2. This part's result we have studied, that is L by 2. We have done this so many times in our theory section, right? This integral result, you have to by heart it, or you may do this sin square pi x by L, that you have to write as 1 minus cos 2 pi x by L. Okay, now you have to integrate, and then you have to give the limit to 0 to L. then you can solve this. This you will get L by 2, right? So this will be equal to L by 2 into 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3. That is 1 by 3 plus 2 by 3, that is equal to 1. So answer is L by 2. So expectation of x you will get as L by 2, right? Okay, so option A is correct. All right. But for in the examination point of view, we have to solve only this expectation of energy. Once you know this part only for the energy is correct, then you can directly tick this. Need not to do this expectation of x, right? If this energy expectation value that is same for in two options, right, then you have to solve this expectation of x also, right? All right. Now we have another question here. Given the wave function of a particle psi of x root 2 by L sin pi x by L 0 less than x less than L and 0 elsewhere, the probability of finding the particle between x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L by 2. Round off to 1 decimal places. The normalized wave function is given. We already know this is the ground state wave function, right? So 0 less than x less than, but the interval is 0 to L by 2, right? If the interval is 0 to L, you can directly say the answer is L by 2, right? We have already studied for a normalized wave function between the interval 0 to L, what is the expectation of x? That is L by 2. But here the width is 0 to L by 2. So we have to solve this, right? Okay, so let us solve this. So expectation of value, right? Find the probability of finding particle between x is equal to 0 to L by 2. So probability we need to find. So probability is equal to integral 0 to L, right? The width is 0 to L by 2, right? And the wave function is this, right? Psi of x is this, and we already know the probability is integral 0 to a in the interval 0 to L by 2, right? Psi square dx, right? This is the expression we have studied. What is psi square? That is 2 by L into, right, sine square pi x by L dx. Now you can integrate this 2 by L, you can take out, and sine square pi x by L, that is 1 minus cos 2 pi x by L, right? 1 minus cos 2 pi x by L divided by 2. Okay, we have to integrate 0 to L, right? So let me take this 2 out. So that is 1 by L we have out, right? When I integrate this, what will be the result? 1 on integration x, right? Minus cos 2 pi x by L on integration sine 2 pi x by L, right? And its differential we have to divide, that is 2 pi by L, all right? 0 to L by 2. I'm sorry, here 0 to L by 2. Okay. Now we can substitute the limit, right? That is 1 by L into x minus, here this become L by 2 pi, L by 2 pi into sine 2 pi x divided by L, 0 to L by 2. Now we can put the limit. First of all, I can put the x is equal to L by 2 minus L by 2 pi into, here x is equal to L by 2 means, right, x is equal to L by 2 means sine pi, that is 0. All right. Okay. So the answer is going to be 1 by 2, right? So this part will be 0 and minus this limit 0. When I am substituting 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. So this part will be 0. So 1 by L into L by 2, that is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. 0.5 is the answer, right? 0.5 is the answer. So answer is 0.5, right? So the next question is, consider a one-dimensional infinite potential well of width A The system contains 5 non-interacting electrons, each of mass m at a temperature T is equal to 0 Kelvin. The energy of the highest occupied state is, see, look into this, 5 non-interacting electrons. This is very important. Electrons. Okay, electrons. For electrons, 2 electrons we can have a maximum 2 electrons in an energy state, because one is spin up and one is spin down. The third electron that never occupy in that particular state, because no 2 electrons have the same set of full quantum numbers, right? So we can occupy 2 electrons, one with up spin and one with down spin. That will occupy at the ground level, and that is E1. And the next energy level that will be occupied by another 2 electrons, and the third energy level that will be occupied by the fifth electron, right? So this highest energy, that is how much? That is E3, right? Very simple. So E3 we need to know. E3 is equal to, so highest occupied state is E3. That is E3 is equal to n square, En is equal to n square E1. Okay, that is 3 square, E3 is equal to 3 square E1. That is 9. What is E1? Pi square h square divided by 2 ml square, right? So option D is correct, right? Option D is correct. Let me verify the answer. Okay, that is correct. Option D is correct. Okay, so why I am taking this 9 pi square h square divided by 2 ma square? The question is about the highest level of energy of the highest occupied state, not total energy. So don't confuse with it. The total energy is different. We have to add all these states energy. All right. Now let us come to another question. A particle in a state which is a superposition of the ground state psi 0 and the first excited state psi 1 of a one-dimensional quantum harmonic oscillator. The state is given by psi is equal to 1 by root 5 psi 0 plus 2 by root 5 psi 1. The expectation value of the energy of the particle in this state in the unit of h cross omega, omega being the frequency of the oscillator, right? So particle in the state which is a superposition of this ground state and first excited. So one dimensional quantum harmonic oscillator. This is very important. One dimensional quantum harmonic oscillator, right? Now let us come to this. This is the state, right? So in this question, in this particular question, what is the energy eigenvalue for one dimensional quantum harmonic oscillator? En is equal to n plus 1 by 2 into h cross omega. Okay. So for n is equal to 0, right, that is the E0, that is the ground state, right? E0, that is half h cross omega. And what is the next state is first excited state, that is psi1, that is corresponding energy E1. So n is equal to 1. What will you get? That is n 1 plus 1 by 2 h cross omega, that is 3 by 2 h cross omega, right? Now what is the net energy? That is total energy is equal to P1 E1 plus P2 E2, where P1 is the probability P1 E0 and P2 E1. Here P0 E0 and P1 E1, right? P0 is the probability of the particle in the first excited state. Okay, that is ground state, and probability of the particle in the first excited state is P1. So what is P0? Coefficient square, that is 1 by 5 into what is E0? That is half h cross omega. What is P1? Coefficient square, that is 4 by 5, right? Note that this will be, yes, obviously, right? So we have to check the function is normalized or not. Here it is normalized because this square is 1 by 5 plus 2 square by 5, that is 4 by 5, that is equal to 1. So it is normalized wave function. We can apply this method only if the wave function is normalized. If not normalized, we have to normalize it and then do. Okay, so here it is no problem. So 4 by 5 into what is E1? E1 is equal to, that is given, 3 by 2 h cross omega. So you can take 10, that is equal to 12 plus 1, that is 13 h cross omega. So the answer is 1.3 h cross omega. So we need to find the answer in the unit of h cross omega. So answer is 1.3. Right. Now let us come to another question. The question is, consider a one-dimensional harmonic oscillator of angular frequency omega. If 5 identical particles occupy the energy level of this oscillator at zero temperature, which of the following statement about their ground state energy is zero is or are correct? Right. It is a IIT JAM 2017 question. So let us come to the options. Here, look into this question. So if the particles are electron, look into this proton and electron, they are spin particles. So as per our theory, we can have two electrons in a state, one with spin up and other with a spin down. The third particle that cannot occupy in this state because of the rule, right? That means no two electron have the same set of full quantum numbers, right? So the next two, so we have 5 identical particles, right? So the next two we can in the next energy state and the last one in the next energy state. So we can accommodate like this. So the first energy, that is for for a quantum harmonic oscillator, it is E0 and E1, E2. So what is E0? Half h cross omega. What is E1? That is 3 by 2 h cross omega. Use this equation, energy eigenvalue n plus 1 by 2 into h cross omega. Right? N is equal to 0, half h cross omega. N is equal to 1, that is 3 by 2 h cross omega. N is equal to 3, 2, that is 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 5 by 2 h cross omega. Right? Okay. So we can substitute like this. So but here two particles having the energy half h cross omega, so 2 into half h cross omega. Next two particle having, that is 2 into 3 by 2 h cross omega. Now the next one particle, that is 1 into 5 by 2 h cross omega. So if I take the sum of all these, that is 5 plus 6, that is 11, right? So any problem? 2 into 3, that is 6, 6 plus 5, 11, 11 plus 2, 13. So 13 by 2 h cross omega. So if electron or proton you select, then the net energy will be 13 by 2 h cross omega. Right. So in case of electron, this statement is true. But in case of proton, this is not true because that should be also 13 by 2 h cross omega. Right. Now if the particle are spinless fermions, if it has spinless fermions, then only one electron can occupy in a state because the next electron also the identical particle not spin down, so that is not possible as per quantum theory, right? So we have to create another two levels, right? Another two levels here we can accommodate. So let me draw again. So the next particle I am going to accommodate here half h cross omega with one particle, and again 3 by 2 h cross omega another particle, and again 5 by 2 h cross omega we have another one, and with 7 by 2 h cross omega we can accommodate the fourth particle, and the fifth particle with 9 by 2 h cross omega. So we have to accommodate like this, right? So we have to add these all. What will be the result? So if the particle we are selecting is spinless particle, we can accommodate only one particle in an energy state as per the quantum rule, right? So 1 by 2 into h cross omega plus 3 by 2 into h cross omega plus 5 by 2 into h cross omega, right? I'm sorry. Okay. So in the first state, this energy is this. So 7 by 2 h cross omega plus 9 by 2 h cross omega. So this is the total energy. So 2 I can take, 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 7 16, 16 plus 9 25. So 25 by 2 h cross omega. So this statement also correct, right? Alright. If the particles are bosons, so according to Bose-Einstein statistics, no restriction for number of particle, right? You can accommodate all the particle in the, all 5 particle you can accommodate in the first energy state, right? Boson. So 5 into first energy state has the energy that is 1 by 2 h cross omega. So 5 into 1 by 2, that is 5 by 2 h cross omega. So this also correct, right? So option A, C, D, these all are correct, and option B is incorrect, right? All right. Now let us go to another question. A particle of mass m is confined in a two-dimensional infinite square well potential of side A. The eigenenergy of the particle in a given state is E is equal to 25 pi square h cross square by ma square. The state is right. So we have to comment about the degeneracy of this particular energy state, right? So we already know the general expression for energy is En is equal to n square pi square h cross square divided by 2ma square, right? So instead of n square, what is the value? So here pi square h cross square by ma square we have. So I am isolating this term. So instead of n square by 2 we have 25 here. So n square by 2 is equal to 25. So what is n square? 50, right? N square is 50, right? So this n square is equal to 50. This is a two-dimensional infinite square well potential. For a two-dimensional harmonic oscillator, what would be the energy eigenvalue? En is equal to pi square h cross square divided by 2ma square into nx square plus ny square, right? So this nx square, n square is equal to, right, n square is equal to nx square plus ny square, that is equal to 50. How many possible values are available to produce for nx and ny to produce the same 50? So that is the degeneracy, right? So which are the cases? Either you can select this as 5, right, or this as 5 square and this 5 square, right? 5 square plus 5 square 50. Now is there any other cases for getting 50? You may check, right? Any other option, any numbers that is giving so that nx square plus ny square is equal to 50? Can you comment? So such a number, only 5 and 5 is possible, right? So nx square plus ny square is equal to 50 means only we can select nx is equal to 5 and ny is equal to 5. So this is a non-degenerate case, right? So option D is correct, right? D is correct. Now let us come to another question. The question is, a particle is moving in two-dimensional potential well. V of xy is equal to 0, 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to L, 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 2L, and infinity elsewhere. Which of the following statement is about the ground state energy E1 and ground state eigenfunction psi0 are true, right? So here in the y-axis, so let me write this as, so here look into this ground state, we have to comment about this E1 and ground state energy E1 and ground state energy eigenfunction psi0. So let us come to energy E1 first, right? What is energy E1? So in the x-axis we have the energy pi square h cross square divided by, so it is the ground state, right? So we can take 1 is equal to n square is equal to 1 square pi square h cross square divided by 2m Here box width is L, 2 ml square. But here it is, let me write as 1 square pi square h cross square divided by 2m into, here width is 2L. So we have to write 2L whole square here, right? Okay. So that is pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square. And here I can write, this is 8 ml square. Pi square h cross square divided by 8 ml square, right? So here I can take a common denominator. So multiply 4 here, 4 here. So 5 by 8 pi square h cross square divided by 8 ml square. I'm sorry, ml square, right? So this is the uh, ground state energy, total ground state energy E1, right? So this option is true. Now what is the verb function, right? So first function is 0 to L, right? So we can write a root 2 by L sine. So it is in the ground state, so pi x by L, right? Not n is equal to 1. So pi x by L into, right, the second wave function is again root 2 by 2L, because here length is 2L. That is very important, right? Sine, it is in the ground state, same ground state, so n is equal to 1. So pi x by here, but we have 2L. Now 2 cancel. Then we have root L into root L, that is L. Here root 2, that is root 2 by L into sine pi x by L, sine pi x by 2L, right? So this is the verb function, ground state verb function. Out of the given option, which is true, this is correct, right? So this and this is correct, right? B and C is correct. Now let us come to another question. A particle of mass m is placed in a three-dimensional cubic box of side A. What is the degeneracy of its energy level with energy 14 into pi square h cross square by 2ma square? Express your answer as an integer, right? It is very of side A, so we are considering n square. It is in a three-dimensional cubic box, right? Three-dimensional cubic box, that is important. That means n square pi square h cross square divided by 2ma square, that is equal to 14 pi square h cross square divided by 2ma square, that is n square is equal to 14. And for a three-dimensional cubic box, n square is equal to nx square plus ny square plus nz square. Now how can we select this quantum numbers 14? How can I select in 14 different ways, right? So suppose I am selecting 2 square plus 2 square plus 2 square, that is 12. That is not possible. Now can I select 3 2 1? 3 square 9, 2 square 4, so 9 plus 4, that is 13 plus 1 square. So this is possible, right? This is possible. So I can arrange this as 3 2 1 or 3 1 2 or 1 3 2. This is a possible allocation. Now can we arrange in other way, that is 4 1 1? So that is 16. That is not possible, right? Now any other options? 2. So you may think in terms of 1 1 2 2, that is not possible. 1 2 3. So this only you may think any other number combination which produce the 14. So we have no other number combination, but here we have some more option. We can write 1 2 3 here, right? So all the possible options. So if we have 3 numbers, we can align it in n factorial, that is 3 factorial. We can write in 6 ways, right? 1 2 3 and 3 2 1 and 3 1 2 and 1 3 2. Any other possible alignment? So 3 1 2 and 3 2 1 we have not written. 3 2 1. So 1 2 3 and 1 3 2, that we have written, right? Okay. Now any other option? So we are no 1 2 3 and 132. Now 321 and 312. So this we have written. Now we need we have to start with 2. We not start with 2. T 2 32 and 231 and 213. So we have 6 ways we can arrange, right? So degeneracy, we have to express it as an integer, so answer is 6, right? All right, so 6 ways we can arrange. Now let us come to another question. A system of 8 non-interacting electrons is confined in a 3-dimensional potential V of R half m omega square r square. The ground state energy of the system in units of h cross omega is, right? So that is the question. So here this potential, see, it is a there are 8 non-interacting electrons confined in a 3-dimensional potential. Look into this potential. This potential is that corresponds to harmonic potential, right? M omega square is equal to k. So half kx square format. This is a harmonic potential, right? So for harmonic potential, the energy eigenvalue is equal to n plus 1 by 2 h cross omega, right? But it is 8 electrons, right? There are 8 electrons. So in the ground state, we have only 2 electrons, one with up spin and a other one with down spin. The next electrons that are going to the other excited state, first excited state we have next to 2, and the second excited state we have next to 2, and the electrons are arranging like that. So we need to solve the ground state energy only. So we have 2 electrons only in ground state, right? So that is 2 into 2 electrons corresponding to 2. And what is ground state energy when n is equal to 0? That is half h cross omega. Okay, so the result is h cross omega. So in the unit of h cross omega, answer is 1. Alright. So we need not calculate the total energy. They are asking about the ground state energy, right? Okay. Now let us come to the final question. The final question is, the quantum particle is confined inside a cubical box of psi dl. The ground state energy given by quantum particle confined inside a cubical box of psi dl. Okay. So what is its ground state energy? Pi square h cross square divided by 2m, length is L, 2ml square. This is E0, right? The energy of the first excited state is, okay, quantum particle confined inside a cubic box. This is a cubic box is a 3-dimensional box, right? So the ground state energy E0, right? So I'm sorry. So this E0 value, this is for the 1-dimensional box. So for 3-dimensional box, this is Enx Ny Nz, that is equal to Nx square plus Ny square plus Nz square, right? So ground state means this is equal to 1, this is equal to 1, this is equal to 1. So E ground state is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3 pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square. Now which one is the next state? Next state is 211, right? The energy of the first excited state, that is triply degenerated, that is 211 or 121 or 112. These all are the possible values, right? Okay, so that is triply degenerated, but all having the same energy. So first excited state I can write as pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square into what I can say is, but this it is given in E0. It is given as E0. Then the first excited state energy that I can write as EF, that is 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, that is 4 plus 1 plus 1, right? That is 6 pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square, that I can say that is 2 into 3 pi square h cross square divided by 2 ml square, that is equal to 2 into what is this value? This value equal to E0. So 2 E0, right? So which one is the option? Option A is correct, right? So this all about this jam prepper discussion, and in the next section we will start with just previous questions that are asked from this section. Okay, thank you.